Hello everyone, this is Warmage Ragnar once again, and before we head down to the Plague Bearer temple, quote-unquote, we need to finish up the thing with Pisha, where Simon Milligan, the mortal that saw too much of his own recording team being gradually captured and eaten by her, we need to find him in his own apartment and send him down there to be eaten by her in order to silence him. Otherwise, I believe here in this mod, if we let him go, it's going to count as a masquerade strike, unless you have Serpentis or Dominate in the normal game in order to erase his memory. If you just let him go without doing that, you don't lose humanity, but it's a masquerade strike. But since... oh boy, can we actually afford that? Masquerade loss? Because we can actually regain humanity by dancing in nightclubs, I think. Can we? Yes, we can.
You're from the hospital. But in my crew, are they...
It was a joke. They're all waiting for you in the hospital basement. Funny guys.
Really? A joke? A joke, right? Oh, real funny. Oh, you got me good. I'm going to hurt some people very badly.
Yeah, you do that. And thankfully, he respawns directly on the ground floor. Because in the normal game and in early versions of the unofficial patch, he actually had to walk all the way down, and if you happen to be messing around with his apartment stuff a lot, for example, this camera stand right here could have been in his path. You would be stuck forever in the cutscene. He would not move, you would not be able to progress any further, so you would have to, I believe, either load the game back or restart completely. Oh yeah, and security guard NPCs have this annoying problem where they get stuck repeating the coughing, which gets very annoying. I believe I even got into the habit after one of my characters moved into this building, that every time I got into the building and he started coughing, I would just use trance or some other power to make him stop, to shut the hell up, before I got into the elevator. I know it was probably a waste of blood, but what's the point of having powers if you cannot just use them at your own convenience? So yeah, we are recording live once more, giving this another shot, because either way, whether I record live or if I record my commentary afterwards, I'm still gonna have to put the whole video together through video editing. So what's the big difference?
The kind's fate was sealed the moment he entered. Do not waste time debating the morality.
I was not going to. Okay, about these artifacts that we're talking about.
I am searching for 2 items I have tracked to this area. One, I believe, may be in one of the local museums. I have not yet searched them all. The other I believe to be in the Giovanni's possession, though I have not confirmed it. For these items, I will exchange items of similar worth.
Fair enough. Tell me about the item you think is in a museum.
Fetish is described in a 19th century chronicle of a British platoon's encounter with a local tribe. Soldiers would go missing in the night and be replaced by these fetishes. It may be valuable to my studies.
If you have read at least a little bit about other parts of the World of Darkness, you would know that fetishes are usually within the purview of werewolves. Because fetishes are essentially objects that you bound a spirit to imbue it with a magical property. And werewolves do that a lot, especially because they deal with spirits so much, such a part of their lore. And I guess with them, at least the spirits are willing. And Vampires can do it too. There is at least one path of thaumaturgy that the Tremere can use, the path of spirit manipulation. However, spirits don't really like vampires, and you'll always be binding spirits against their will, so there's that. What about the other
It is used
item?
to communicate with certain entities otherworldly. It is a tome called the Voce del Morte. Should you find yourself within the walls of the Giovanni, seize the opportunity and take it, for they will make sure you never have another.
Okay, cool. And by the way, it is actually La Voce della Morte. The word was not gendered correctly, unless I'm very mistaken. Okay, so we're here. We can just go ahead. Oh, by the way, important thing to note. I actually restarted the game once again with some changes. For example, the history I picked was the pop culture icon to get not only to get +1 sneaking and persuasion, but because those stories also change the priorities of your attributes and abilities. So I needed to pass a fine comb through all of the histories so that I would get the most ideal to get me the best start in what I'm trying to do. So in this case, I decided to focus a little bit more on Daimonian. Presence has been pushed back a little bit because in a previous recording session that was discarded for technical difficulties, I had pushed Presence up to the 3rd level. I haven't done this now. It is still useful at 2nd level, it just won't influence the dialogue just yet. And I decided to invest a little more into Daimonian because Conflagration turns out to be a little bit more useful than I gave it credit for before. It might not do that much damage, but it actually paralyzes enemies for a while. Not necessarily paralyzing, but they flail around in agony for a bit, which leaves them open for you to attack by other means, be it with guns or melee. And I put a little bit more of a point into strength, and I put just 1 point to Brawl, and I got the 2nd point of Brawl from Nines Rodriguez. I don't want to invest too much into Brawl just yet this time, because it's such a long shot before we get to Concordance. And by then, when we get into the demon form, we'll get a bonus to the strength, so it'll be fine. Right now, we're going to be a little bit ballsy and face Bishop Vic a little bit early.
What's up, brother? You enlightened? I see.
Yep.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Okay, it auto-saved.
Hey, did you get summoned?
Summoned?
You're new to the Brotherhood, huh? Just got enlightened? I've been here a few days.
Okay, let me increase the volume just a tiny bit.
When the bishop wants to see you, you'll be summoned, and then you go up these stairs up to the temple.
The temple? What's going on up there?
I don't know. I mean, I hear things, but I haven't been summoned. I had a friend snuck up there a few days ago. Said she saw things, bad things. Yeah.
What did she see?
Blood. She said, blood everywhere. She saw a few of the summoned, tried to talk to them, but they just stared at her with these blank looks, you know. One of them started.
You sound scared.
Yeah. I know. The bishop said we have to shed our earthly fears on our journey to the ninth circle.
Don't worry, you won't have to worry about the bishop anymore. There is an option to feed from her, but logically you shouldn't, because she is part of this crazy cult. So she is very likely sick as well. I want to become another plague bearer. So yeah, here we use the Glock. An amazing weapon for dealing with zombies. Just aim for the head. It tends to kill them instantly. Oh, there's this board here we can use to get around. I used to think, yeah, those aren't actual zombies. Those are just the members of the cult that got so sick that they're probably delirious. But then, why are they hostile when they're supposed to be in so much pain? But then I thought, maybe Vic is feeding them his own diseased blood. And that's causing them to obey his orders, regardless of what they're going through. So yeah, maybe those are all ghouls. And it might explain also why they try to eat you. Because hey, they're ghouls, they have a hunger for vampire blood. And you're a vampire. They're like, hey, a free snack. Okay, let's switch to a different gun for this. Do I have... yeah, Conflagration is bound, Obfuscate is 2, let's go.
Welcome, brother. I see you have been enlightened. Are you searching for something? Do you seek the truth? You come to the right place, brother. We got more truth here than we can handle.
Don't take this the wrong way, but for a plague-ridden, insane cult leader vampire, he looks kind of cute. He has no business looking this cute while being all of those things. You're the cause of all this disease, aren't you?
Disease. Brother, you've got to open your mind. One man's disease is another man's sanctity.
Oh, because oh, my humanity is so low that my character wants to join them. Uh-oh. Are you the guy I need to talk to if I want to join up?
They call me Bishop Vic, Shepherd of the Damned.
Last days here on Earth. Are you talking about Gehenna?
Gehenna, Judgment Day, the apocalypse again. Brother, you are too indoctrinated into the antiquated beliefs of this material world. There is no rhyme or reason, no all-powerful and terrible gods who watch over their children. You talk of disease. What about the disease that you and I both carry? Our flesh remade into nothing more than an abomination, feeding on our brothers and sisters like so many cattle. No, brother. There is no God who would tolerate such a thing. And so I have become God, and the diseases I carry to the masses will bring about an end of my own making. Until we have all journeyed below into the ninth circle.
So, yeah, some people had gotten the impression that this was a Sabbat group, but it doesn't add up. Because this guy doesn't even believe in Gehenna, to the point that he wants to cause an end of the world. Meanwhile, the Sabbat wants to stop Gehenna. So, yeah, these are independent people that had just fallen into collective despair about their vampire condition. Sounds good. Do you have an application or something?
The time for words has come and gone, my brother. You and I will take those last steps together and see what truth...
It sounded like a good idea, but now you've gone and pissed me off. Okay, I understand changing the answers you give depending on your humanity, but why make those answers be like, hey, can I join you, if that's not even going to be an option? You can't make me seem feral and violent and evil in my replies without this odd inconsistency. Okay. Okay, well, why isn't my gun coming out? Jeez. Okay, let me get rid of these guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Vic, chill the hell out. Okay. Let's heal up a little bit. I need to conflagrate him once again. Just... oh, come on. Come on. This isn't working as well as I thought it would. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, my firearm skill is not very high. I need to think about this. Guess I'll go with the shotgun. Oh, this is much better. Whoa, 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 whoa. This was not supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen. Damien, calm down. Damien. Damien. Damien, you're gonna get us both killed. Well. So much for my big plan to incorporate Daimonian. Don't worry, we'll make it. We'll make it through. Okay, new plan. New plan.
Well,
Yeah.
I think... you took... no. The time...
Okay. I can try. Yeah, I tried using Obfuscate for this once, but I saw, both in effect and in the game's code, that he has a thing called True Sight, so he knows where you are. Obfuscate is useless on him. Huh. That was even better than I thought it would be. So yeah, conflagration, pretty good. Even compensates for a lower firearm skill, because if you have a shotgun and you get close enough, it's pretty hard to miss. Oh wait, okay. So, I know it's saved, but I want to save again. Our humanity is pretty low, and our blood levels are pretty low too, so I'm very afraid of frenzying right now. I need to find a victim pronto. Please let there be someone here. Yes! Perfect. Nobody show up here, give us a little bit of privacy, please. Sorry if I'm a little out of commentary right now, it's just I had recorded myself doing this before trying to record live using the software's recording so that I would not have to do any video editing. But of course it was a wasted hour of recording because the bizarre flickering of my audio was happening once again. And I'm not sure what causes it.
So,
All the plague bearers are super dead. Like, all the way dead.
you killed all of them? You. So I guess you want me to thank you or something?
Why is your nose glowing?
Damn it. Thanks, okay? Well, cool for now, but just don't go bragging to everybody about it.
Oh my god, she is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What the hell? Okay, we won't at least pretend to be a nice person to her, even though she hates us, because that's the person Damien is. He's supposed to be the devil that is all nice and, you know, sweet talks you into trusting him. Kindred are kind and just wanted to help the community.
Righteous. You know, you just may have an anarch soul.
Okay, cool. See you. But I won't go so far. I won't go so far as to say I'm down with the Anarch cause. These songs that the mod added to the clubs and areas like this, they make things a little more difficult for people with YouTube channels, don't they? I mean, I'm not monetized at all. I'm very far from being able to monetize my videos, but if they were, I would have to edit to mute the in-game audio for that part. That was creepy. Why is this guy just standing here Blair Witch style? Okay, so... Oh, I need to talk to Strauss as well. Because I did promise I would look into this for the sake of the Camarilla. He doesn't know... Actually, this just reinforces my point. If you do things for the Anarchs, you're rewarded with absolutely nothing. I mean, if you solve the problem with Patty, you get experience points, but no money, no items, no nothing. But if you solve things for Strauss, he gives you a powerful occult item, and if you get on LaCroix's good side, regardless of what happens later, it gives you a nice apartment. Sure, mechanically it is not very good, it's super out of the way, you need to get through a loading screen, you need to go for a slow-ass elevator. But it's a nice apartment, you get things in return for serving the Camarilla. The Anarchs give you jack shit.
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance?
Like, even if you proclaim, I want to join your cause, they don't even give you a tiny little haven. No, just keep your crappy Santa Monica haven. Okay.
Of course.
I solved the problem with the pandemic. Oh, sorry, wrong plague. That was a legitimate slip. I solved the problem with the epidemic. I wish I had solved the one with the pandemic, but we don't have that kind of power just yet.
You have? Impressive, young one.
It was a blood cult headed by a vampire named Bishop Vic, a plague bearer. Yeah, because everything has to be prefixed with blood in this universe. In regards to vampires, a blood cult, a blood hunt, a blood bond, a blood buff, a blood heal. We get it. Vampires, blood. Diversify a little bit, please. And of course, V5, blood sorcery.
Tell me of this so-called bishop.
He wanted to bring about the end of the world.
I see. That end may very well be upon us. But to business. I have a debt to pay you for your services.
So pay attention to these little things he says. That end may very well be upon us. You see, the Camarilla officially does not believe in the antediluvians and in Gehenna. However, behind closed doors, it's a very different story. Why else would Thin Bloods be hunted down for the sake of being potential harbingers of Gehenna, a sign of the end? They may believe it, but they don't voice it as much. Yeah, you do.
If you so desire, I can give to you a unique talisman that might be of use in the future. If that does not interest you, I can compensate you with hard currency. You decide.
And I would suppose older members of the Tremere clan would know. I mean, we don't really know how old Strauss is, but I have the feeling that he's pretty old. So I guess he would have at least an inkling of how the clan came to be. Because the Tremere clan really only exists because of an antediluvian. So here's the thing. Other Let's Players that I've watched have sung the praises of this magical item that Strauss is about to give us, because it boosts the passive regeneration you get. But I don't think it's significant enough to be that good, especially because when you need to heal, when you really, really need to heal, you just go ahead and use Blood Heal. And it's better to rely on that for those purposes, because when are the moments when you can just let your health regenerate on its own? It's when you're walking around doing non-combat things. And what difference is it going to make for you to be faster or slower when you're doing errands like that, when you're not expecting combat? But the problem is, if I ask for the money, it's going to be some tiny amount. But if I get the item and decide later that I want to sell it, you get at least $460 something. So for now, I'll get the item. If I really don't like it, I can sell it later.
A wise choice, Neonate. True power lies not in wealth, but in the things it affords you. You have done well. Your status is much raised here at the Chantry.
Thank you, my lord. There was one more thing I needed.
Of course.
Strauss, you seem to have access to some powerful artifacts.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, so this is how you negotiate for him to sell to you the... What is it? The Fang of Vukodlak, which is an item that turns your unarmed attacks from bashing damage to lethal damage. Which is meh. Because the only characters who would use unarmed attacks are the ones that can transform, like the follower of Set and us, the BAALI. But our special forms that make us fight barehanded already change our unarmed attacks from bashing to aggravated. So this serves nothing. And this thing is crazy expensive. At least $1,000 as a basis, and it goes down with your haggling skill to the point that it can go down to 800. It's still not worth it.
Of course.
Never mind. I'm out of here. And I do believe that, because the only person who sells us artifacts in the game is Mr. Ox, who is in freaking Chinatown. Why not split? Make the weaker items be sold here by Strauss, and then make the more powerful ones be sold by Mr. Ox. Why do we have to wait for the entire game for something that's going to be way more useful to us now? Makes no sense. Instead we just get this freaking Fang of Vukodlak. Looks like I missed a feeding opportunity there.
My man.
I recently replayed Coteries of New York, which was painful for me, but I really wanted to get a bit of a fix of Vampire the Masquerade immersion. How high is my... yeah. Because when you play Bloodlines, even with mods, excluding perhaps the Clan Quest mods, which actually has new content, a completely new storyline in the middle of all of it, and a lot of clan-specific side quests that are so new that you stop skipping dialogue, you actually pay attention and feel the stakes of all the things. You feel like you go through this game very mechanically. you don't feel particularly immersed. And I just wanted to play something that would get me into that zone. I like several things about Coteries of New York, but it is not a game that I would recommend to people, to anybody. I would not recommend to fans of visual novels, and I would not recommend it to fans of Vampires the Masquerade for several reasons. Okay, can I actually buy this now? No. Because it lacks certain things that are just expected from visual novels. For example, every character is supposed to have several different sprites to show different facial expressions or different poses or something. At least 2 or 3. But no, in Coteries of New York, everybody has the exact same character sprite, no matter how insane the action is, or what is happening, what the narration tells us their body language is like. They're still staring blankly at you the same way the whole time. And don't get me wrong, the art, the general art direction of the whole thing is very good. The art style is fantastic, very painstakingly painted. The backgrounds, the sprites themselves, very nice style. But that doesn't excuse the lack of variety. And then there is the lack of multiple endings. No matter what you do, you reach the exact same ending each time. Essentially, your choices don't matter. The people you recruited to your coterie don't matter either. Really doesn't matter. It's in the title of the goddamn thing.
Yeah, well, would that be...
It's in the title of the game, Coteries of New York. You would expect the coteries to be a very central aspect.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building.
But instead, it's just something that fills up the time in between main events.
This is correct, yes?
And when you do so much for these characters that you want to recruit, and when it comes time for them to do something for you, okay, they rescue you, but then they vanish from the story. And at the ending,
That is the answer
you're put into a situation that you think, oh, it sure would be great if I had some people to back me up on this.
such a trial.
But no,
But don't
they left the story for no good reason.
to be a genuine.
It should be with you.
It's a bit disturbing the lack of talent within this organization as a
Just... And the way, the character that was masterminding the entire thing, it just feels like, I don't know, some sort of author's self-insert or author's pet.
Excellent.
Because
Were you by chance in the
the way
military?
he explains his ingenious plan
In Napoleon's ranks.
is just, it feels like the writer flexing out on, look at this brilliant character I made. I'm sure you're so surprised and so in such awe of his machinations and his genius. No, I'm not. I'm pissed off. Because this random person just parachuted himself into the story, claimed credit for absolutely everything, and I'm robbed of any choice to alter my fate.
Now,
Really,
you have 3 objectives.
how do I explain this? I knew what I was getting into the second time. I wanted to get the immersion. I thought that knowing how much I hate the ending would numb me to that frustration, but I ended up just reliving it. I ended up just reliving the anger and frustration. So much work for nothing.
Secondly, the last thing we want is police aware of our existence. So be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale. Good. Oh, and it has nothing I haven't crassly delivered untold times. Now that that's out.
And the feeding mechanic is so You never know when a feeding opportunity is going to completely screw up your mission. Because the hungrier you become in the game,
Good.
more options will be closed off from you later on. Like a more diplomatic choice becomes closed off because the beast is too riled up inside you, and you cannot even consider it. And that blocks you off from an ideal outcome, or at least an outcome that is remotely good.
Need a ride?
And so, because of that, if you notice your character getting hungrier, you probably need to pick the first possible opportunity to feed, which you don't get the option to just go out into the night before a mission specifically to feed. You need to feed during the quest, which can completely screw you over. Like, I'm really hungry, I need to feed on this person that is alone in this park. But then when you do, it ruins the thing you were trying to do. The person you were trying to recruit thinks you're a dumbass for trying. And you just have egg on your face. You're still hungry and you failed a mission, which is wasted time. You can't just be laissez-faire about how you spend your nights, because there's a number of nights that pass until the ending comes. So if you fail a recruitment mission, then you wasted time and effort. Okay, so I brought the Enigma machine from Akeem, which is a quest that Bertram gave us via email.
Nice work, fledgling.
Okay, now let's talk about my compensation. Okay, so he can give us a bonus in experience points. Not in experience points, sorry, in a specific skill. It can be computers, stealth, or investigation. What do we need? I'm not sure if I want him to know a lot about computers, even though hacking is a very good opportunity to not only get money, but also get EXP. Every time you steal via online banking, you get an EXP bonus. But then look at the investment we would need to make into intelligence. But we need to upgrade intelligence anyway. We just won't get a boost to it with Auspex. And like I said, we don't necessarily need to upgrade stealth, because we have obfuscate and we don't really need to be hidden in a split second after we touch something, like this Amiri does. And investigation would help us notice things and get stuff for free. This is hard. This is hard to choose. And like I said, you need to pick your poison and stick with it. Well, considering that we already opted out of going full presence and want to be more of a caster for the most part, I think we're also trying to be more cerebral, not purely social. Oh boy, I don't want to regret this. God damn it. I don't want to waste experience points. Because I got the first point that costs 2 experience points. And the second point I could get through the skill book from Jimmy Reed, Computers for Grandma. And then I would have to put... Nah, I remember now. He only gives you, like, if you don't have the first or second points, he gives you that. If you are already on the second point, you don't even get the option to have him increase it. So we need to choose. We need to make a choice now. I'll go with computers, I suppose. Then what does that leave us with? 1, 2, 3. 3 at hacking. 5 hacking, which we cannot boost with Auspex. Which is not good. God, I didn't want it to be so difficult to choose. You know what? Let's go with computers. What the hell?
Excellent. Now listen up, fledgling. You might want to take notes.
Okay, thanks, bye. Okay. We're gonna need that literacy anyway. So right now we have 4 hacking. Let's make our boy smarter. And I need to think what computers are around here that I can steal from with this rating. Oh, he's still trans from last time I was here.
So many callers, so
Online banking.
If you don't get through to me tonight, don't let it break your heart. I'm here each and every AM.
Damn it. I'm really losing focus of what I want for this character. I really am.
So keep
Okay, let's load back. I regret my decisions. We will in fact not get into computers because I remembered, oh, we can mug people to get money, and that's a lot of money. We don't get extra experience for it, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. But then what are we going to get from Bertram that we need? What do we need from Birdie?
I think it would be useless for us to get more investigation, more inspection, because, again, it is just not the same with if you don't have auspex. Because with auspex, you don't need to put so many points to investigation, which, let's face it, is not a good skill to invest into. Perception, however, is good because it affects your inspection and your ranged combat.
Okay, let's get one tiny point of stealth and just ask him to give us stealth, whatever.
What do you need? Nice work, fledgling. Ah, excellent. Now listen up, fledgling. You might want to take notes.
Okay. Which brings our illusion to 5. We don't need it specifically, but what the hell? If we want to have something, might as well be this. What is our coercion at? Speaking of being intimidating. Coercion 5. Let's see if we can mug someone. Anyone. Validate my choices. You. No. It was one of those ladies that I could talk to. Oh, I think it's you.
You are.
You don't know me, but I've got a proposition for you. I'd like to offer a trade. Something you want for something I want.
Something I have to do. Excuse me.
Listen carefully. I'll trade your life for the money in your purse.
Don't you come near me!
And then run. Just book it. Oh shit. Okay, shut up. Stop shooting me. That was a lot of trouble for 25 bucks. Good. Wait, he still counts as an enemy. Normally I would approach to eat him, but you know how glitchy this game can be. You. See what I'm talking about? Are you shitting me? What did you even see? What did you even see, and who saw it? You guys are impossible. There is a problem. Houston, we have a problem, but I think I'm on it. God, are you serious? Are you serious? She was not seeing me. How? Hey, come back, come back, come back. I don't know what her patrolling route is. Into the wall you go. Just gonna check my apartment real quick. You never know. You never know what could come up. Hey, you. What's your problem? Yeah, I can't mug him just yet. Yeah, I guess we'll be getting presents next. Because the conflagration already helps us. Infernal Servitor is just a tiny step up from that. Have you got any mail? Nope. By the way, we have the picture of the Nosferatu. Because like I said, we killed that journalist. I don't even remember if I did that on camera. But yeah, I killed him because there was no other option. Sylvia Black told me to do it. It's a shame that you had to murder him. Yeah, I didn't have a choice. But it's the price you pay to uphold the masquerade. Hold on to those pictures and make sure they never see the light of day. In fact, those pictures may be worth something in the to the right person. See where I'm going with that? So yeah, what she's actually saying is, oh, I did not have the perception to see those before. What she's actually saying is, of all the trash you're carrying around in your person, hold on to that picture, because after you get through the sewers in Hollywood, you'll want to make a little trade with Gary. In fact, we actually have enough points to go right into presents and see how much of an advantage this gives us. See, now at level 3 we get this little halo telling us that we are affecting this person passively with our presence. And that effectively gives us a bonus of 1 to both coercion and seduction. Basically just coercion, because we are not using seduction this time, no matter how much that hurts my soul. Anyone else that... Oh, hello, buddy. This poor guy is gonna get some sort of, I don't know, urinary problem. Because, have you ever been startled while urinating? That sudden violent stop in your urination that hurts. That could really screw you up. Can I... No, I cannot intimidate you just yet. Okay, enough faffing about. Let's go ahead to the Elizabeth Dane. Not much of new there.
Hey, what can I say? You preserved my ass. I truly appreciate you not saying anything, and I want you to...
Okay, so the good thing...
Oh, by the way, I paid a visit to our friends on the cliff up there early this morning. ODing's a painful way to go, especially when your kneecaps are on the floor next to you. What can I say? Payback can be a bitch
So yeah, if you don't kill the thugs up there who kept the astrolite, when Mercurio recovers, he goes ahead and takes care of them himself. That's nice. Okay. The good thing about staying on Mercurio's good side is that he sells you some pretty good guns. And if you're a jerk to him, he might not only get very pissed off with you, he might even try to kill you.
Yo, Pally, over here.
Ah, for Christ's sakes. Tell Jacobson if he plans on making editor-in-chief, he's got to start working with me.
He didn't tell me this was a formal affair.
Jeez. What kind of Woodstein? Don't think to at least show dressed up like an investigator, huh?
Enough, we need to do this fast if we don't want to get caught.
Alright, look. I got you a copy of the initial report, and I can get you into the cabin, but you gotta make yourself real scarce after that. Anybody catches you, I don't know you.
Okay, where do I go?
Hold up a sec. Hines to Marsh. Hines to Marsh. Marsh, they need you up in the bridge. Over. There. The security room will be clear.
Got it.
Head down the stairs behind you and stay low. When you get down there, wait for me to call off the guy guarding gangway A. As soon as he leaves, get your ass moving and don't let him see you.
Okay, bye.
Don't forget to stay out of sight. If anyone sees you, you're on your own. Take the stairs up to the security room. There'll be a computer in there. The password is Lighthouse. Lighthouse. All one word. You getting all this?
Yep.
Now get a move on.
Okay. So, yeah, this guy is essentially training wheels for your stealth missions.
Anderson, come in, Anderson. Come check this out. I just saw a baleen whale. Yeah?
In the original game, this was supposed to be training wheels for your stealth missions, because you don't really need to sneak, because he gets pretty much all the security guards away from where it's supposed to go, including the room with the computer you're supposed to access, and a password to access the camera feed so that you don't have to physically go near the uncurrent sarcophagus in order to complete your investigation. But in the mod, I think Zeromorph and his team didn't get the spirit of the thing, because this was supposed to be an aid potentially to social characters that are not good at sneaking. So that you just go into the computer, you have the password, you do the thing, and you leave. But now, you actually cannot access the camera feed with the password you were given. You need to actually have high hacking skills, which we don't. So we actually need to go over there physically. And if we're going to do that, then that guy's help is useless. Okay, log maybe? Lighthouse? No. Okay, so since... Oh. There's a room under us that has a thing we need. I think it's the cargo manifest. There we go, ship manifest. But since we have obfuscate, this is no problem. Oh, hi. What is this? I think it was already the ship manifest, because we had already gotten it. So yeah, luckily we have obfuscated, don't need to actually worry. When I played this with my follower of Set, I had to absolutely abuse Eyes of the Serpent. You need to trance a guy, sneak past, trance the next guy, sneak past, get on top of those crates to get a bird's eye view of the area, see when it was safe to jump down. A little funny that you need to play more with a stealth game mindset when you don't have Obfuscate. Because things are so different when you're physically invisible. Even though technically Obfuscate...
Some kind of symbol. Are you guys in touch with Deepwater, MVMC, or who? What do we have here?
Not immediately familiar.
Well, look, damn it. This is something we need to get squared away before anyone puts any stakes down. I mean, look, this will save all of us some work later if we get this shit squared away now, okay? Agreed? We go through this every goddamn time. All right, fine then. Find out, and we'll save us all some trouble.
Bill, what do you make of this?
Huh?
It's nothing local. No similarity to any local gang signs I know of. I didn't know if the Coast Guard would know if perhaps it was associated with any pirate organizations.
It's a bunny.
What?
The symbol. It's a bunny.
A bunny. Yes.
I had never heard this conversation before. This is actually different. Anyway, as I was saying, Obfuscate is not physical invisibility. You're not becoming transparent. You're not bending light around you. You're nudging people's perceptions so that they fail to notice your presence entirely. They just happen to look in a different direction, for example, when you pass. You need to really screw up in order to make them notice you, like make a really loud noise or bump into something. Which is why you still appear on cameras unless you choose a specific upgrade, at least in V5, called Ghost in the Machine, that makes your image on cameras, well, semi-transparent and kinda glitchy. How much is my burglary? But the point is, they won't know who it was. Or they might think it was just some defect. So yeah, we'll just deliver this quest to LaCroix and call it for now. But not before grabbing ourselves a little snack. Oh, I can finally see this. That's quick save because weird things happen when you go through loading screens.
Hop in.
Oh look, it's our ghoul.
Hey! I know this might seem creepy and all, but please don't blow me off, okay? Someone told me I could find you here. I want to help you. I owe you my life, and I feel like I need to repay you.
No, I knew you would return. You may be useful to me.
I can be. I know I can. I'll do everything I can for you. Look, here. I got you this. I thought you might be able to use it. I can be useful to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me you'll let me help you. Let me stay with you. Make me feel this way.
I really wish we could get any sort of usefulness out of our ghoul mechanically in the game. Like, get them to do some errands for us. Hey, take these items, go sell them for me and bring the money back so I don't need to do it personally. Or, I don't know. Something. She just hangs out and serves as an at-home source of blood and nothing else. And at the very end of the game, she gives you body armor, but at that point you're so freaking rich, it would not even matter, you could just buy it. Okay.
Really?
And of course, because we had a little masquerade snafu, we're going to hear shit from LaCroix. Oh, and the game crashed! Do you see why I compulsively quick save all the time? Well, I guess we'll just call it here, and we just talk to him on the next episode. Thank you guys for watching again. Sorry for the lack of energy. This is just tiring because of all the problems I've had so far with this particular session, so see you next time.